Hello, Pauper people, and welcome back to an additional league video in preparation for the next PauperGeddon with combo walls. Today we are trying a minor variation with respect to the list of the video I published a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago, with the following rationale. The main rationale is this. I started tracking again the matches against in leagues, and what I noticed is that first of all we have a very respectable 65% match win, which is interesting. Meta game wise, basically the only overrepresented deck is MonoRed Madness, which is 20%, meaning in average you face it once per league. The rest is more or less less frequent. Of course, these stats are minimal, meaning they are only 4 leagues of stats. The important part, though, or the thing that made me think, well, first of all, mulligans are fine, so 40% is very good. But what I noticed was this stat here, which is quite interesting, meaning that we win 70% of our game one, but then we have an average of 55 or 56% between game 2 and game 3, meaning that typically with the sideboard we do worse. This can be thought or interpreted in two different ways. The first one is that we should not sideboard at all, meaning that sideboarding we are making our deck weaker, or our sideboard strategy is not the correct one. For this league, we are operating on the basis of this second hypothesis, meaning that the sideboard with a lot of spells was probably not the best one. So we want to try a variation, reducing the number of spells in the sideboard, but also reducing the changes. So how many cards we change between games. And we'll see if we notice any difference. Of course, getting something statistically significant is impossible, but we will go just on the feeling. So the main deck is practically the same as last league, with the inclusion of Sagus. We have 3 Sagus, 3 Ents, and 11 lands to go to exactly 60 cards. As in the last video, we have only 3 Winding Ways and 3 Lead the Stampede. We cut one of the tac-tacs in order to free the space for the Sagu. All the rest is identical. Important in this version is the fact that we have 2 Beast Rider Vanguards. And as in all the last few leagues, all the flex slots are the same for me, meaning we have 2 Orochis, 2 Tinderwolves, 2 Walrus, and only 3 Shieldbolt Sentinels. This last one only due to mana efficiency, meaning that using Shieldbolt Sentinel that in many cases looks for drift is very costly, so it cannot be done super early. So I prefer not to have 4. Coming to the sideboard is more or less identical to the previous one with slightly less spell. We have reintroduced the Disciple of Nyria for life gain. This is because I found kind of hard to play against the MonoRed rally. So we want to try this back. Of course, we are not going to use it, or presumably not going to use it with MonoRed Madness. Then in the end, I decided that Hydroblast were not the way, meaning that I lost multiple games with Hydroblast in hand and no possibility to find the land, or vice versa, the land or blue mana in general, and not finding the Hydroblast. We keep only 2 blue spells just to try them, which are 2D spells. Not exactly against MonoRed, but as general answers, so they can answer counters and various things. This could be useful especially against control decks, Tron maybe, but also removals. So we'll see if it works. The rest stays the same. For the moment, we have 3 Tamiyo safekeeping. To be noticed that Tamiyo is kind of competing with Dispel, so we need to check if we need this many. 3 Mask Vandals, mostly against Affinity. 2 Moment Pieces, mostly against go wide the decks like Elves and things like that, or things that can be very fast, killing us through combat. And then 1 extra Ripping, again against the multiple removal decks. And these proved to be very strong in many cases, even though in theory it can be sketchy because a lot of these decks with lots of removal also have lots of ways to interact with our graveyard. But the choice of the cards that stayed in was based on the fact that all of these cards except Dispelled, which is new, were drawn, sorry, in sideboard games, and they proved to be good or crucial to win those games. Of course, not always, but they did have a positive effect. Of course, Vandal is very good, Macabre is necessary against Spy, but all the rest were fine. So we want to try things that prove to be effective with a little bit of exploration. Having said so, let's see how we fire in this league. See you in match 1. Hello and welcome to match 1. We are on the play against TheManji. I tend to remember this nickname and it doesn't give a big positive result, so let's see what we're going to be facing. This hand is a trap, so we mulligan. This hand is definitely better. I think we put down the Orochi here. They are also mulliganing to 5. 4. Okay, unexpected. The only deck that can mulligan so much are usually Spy. Could sometimes be Elves. Of course, the very bad luck can come anytime. Okay, indeed, black. Oh no, it is Spy. Okay. So they mulliganed for the Spy. So they have already 3 length. We have a lot of things going on our side, but we need to find very fast some kill cards. So now we are just deploying everything. This is not correct, just in case we draw the drift and we cannot do that for next turn there. The ripping lines. So there is one unknown up to now in, and the good news is I did not find any land finder, but of course next turn they can try to spy for a value or to try to win. Let's see what we draw. Okay, so we go all in. We need the 2 hits from this one anyway. Please deck. Perfect. Okay, so we pass the turn and we hope not to die. Did we win the freed? No. We are not playing the Saruli just in case. We could still have the single drift win. Let's see if they spy. They do. Yeah. So they might have a spy or they just try to win here. Okay. Where is it? don't understand what. Ah, no, I couldn't see what they had revealed. So, okay, basically they have everything. Dread Return and Lotlet. And we die. Which is really annoying. And this is the reason why I don't like to play this deck. And why the PFP say that the play pattern is not super funny. Because, I mean, the Malian to 4 and round 4 kind of easily could win without any real choice. I mean, their only choice was to play the spy. Anyhow, let's see. We wouldn't have drawn anything. Okay, so we bring in the two macabres and that's it. I don't think we can do anything else, yes, of relevance. And we remove one. Let's say we remove one of the land cycles and cyclers. It's a little bit risky in terms of mulligans, but we need to go as fast as possible. We still have more or less speaking the equivalent of 13 lands, which is the minimum. Okay, we once again have an unplayable hand. This one is better, even though we are not going to do much. We are putting down the Orochi. Then we are most likely playing a turn 2 Axebane, but then we won't have much going on afterwards. I think, yeah, that spy, the card, Balustrade Spy, is a single unique effect that, to be honest, is no good for the format. It was nice when it was really non-consistent, but now it's a little bit too consistent. I might be wrong, but yeah, I think there are only a couple of really, and they have another spy. So now they have the turn 4 kill without any. We don't understand why don't we see also the forest they put there? They should have two forests in it. Yeah, okay. So we are basically dead here, turn 4. And of course we do not find anything. So I think we try to be lucky anyhow. Next turn we can in any case shield wall sentinel, and if we have a turn 4 we can try to win. The problem is they have the Vandal for the shield wall sentinel that is bringing us back. Okay, this was unexpected. Unless they have another one. Okay, this is much better because it forces them to try to win next turn, or but they cannot win. They need to find a. They have to have a mesmeric fiend. Now they have it, but hopefully they cannot use it. 8 cards in hand. Let's see what they are going to discard. An ant that we did not know about. Okay, so now we just win. So this is yeah, we cannot play it. Let's show them that we have the kill so that they can probably concede. They are not conceding, so we just draw our deck looking for the kill condition. We find another battlement. And here it is. Let's see if we need to go through it. Okay, we don't. Okay, so we saved game 2. The problem is that now we are on the draw. It will be nice to have some acceptable hand starting immediately, or to have some natural draw. Very macabre. Macabre is not really say definitive answer, but it typically gives us at least one turn, especially because they tend to play a lot with everything revealed, so we kind of often have perfect information about their hand, except for the card they draw each turn. So the fact that they have to spend resources to, in some way, interact with the macabre if they say we have it, and in many cases when we are on the draw we are going defensive drifting, meaning we transmute for macabre, can sometimes give us the time to win. This matchup, I would say, is slightly in favor of Spy, because they are more consistent girl fishing and have Mesmeric Fiend, which is very good. With this particular build of our combo walls, because if we could be the more aggressive ones that try to go faster, then it will be more on the 50-50 range, but in any case we are not moving too much away from that. And once again we cannot keep. Let's see if they do. They cannot keep as well. Okay, this is better. We are removing again the Orochi. The Sagu. For the swamp. They possibly have, well, we don't know. In this case, we just play Tinderbolt. We are one card away from the kill, but and we have one macabre. Let's see if they have the Mesmeric Fiend. They don't. Let's see if they have another card. Cycles. They don't. 3 cards only. Okay, not bad. Okay, here I think we go double cyclers. They do not seem to be super fast, and we have the macabre. So keeping the Tinderwall in play might be useful. With no Tinderwall. Miriam. So I think they have the spy, but they have only 2 lands. So let's see if they also have some card draw or the mesmeric field. They seem to have they tried the spy super aggressively. It seems so. Okay, so we might luck the win out. Let's see. Unless they mill us. They don't mill us. Okay, there are 20 creatures. Lotlet. Dread return. Okay, so here. Okay, we need to. Yeah, we just very macabre the 2 lotlets. And hopefully we win. Yes. Okay. This is exactly what I was saying. Practically no interaction, unless some kind of lucky situation. But kind of often this is the case with decks that are not very interactive one with each other. We are 1-0. Let's see what happens in match 2. Match 2 on the draw against LextarDD. We actually played already this morning against this player. They first of all, because today is Monday 25 of May, and in the Netherlands is holiday, so I cannot work, so I can play a little more. So we played and we won. They were playing a sort of, I would call it Marduwini deck. It's a deck based on a sort of White Winnie setup with lots of zero casting cost artifacts, Springleaf Ram, but also the black spell that gives that makes damage equal to the number of attacking creatures. Of course, Leonardo has White Winnie, but also Galvanic Blasts. We mulligan once again. This one we keep. We put down the Sugar Sentinel because it's definitely the less impactful card with only 1 land. Let's see if they play the same deck. It could be, but this could be also heroic. Indeed, it is heroic. Okay, heroic is not easy. It's not totally impossible, to be honest, especially since they do not have many lands. We really need to find a land next turn, or a Quirion, or a Tinderwall. Usually, heroic has relatively very little interaction. But they can be super fast. Let's see how many pumping spells they have. They seem to be kind of all in. See, those are the Ethereal Armor. Oh, okay. First strike vigilance, but they do not have the lands. So next turn we must block. Okay, this is good. So if I play, oh, yeah, I must play like this. We need to hope they do not find a land. Okay, perfect. So it's likely that they have protection and we just die. No, Spirit Link, it's fine. So we are going to just jump. We are one card away from killing them. A Queen or Ranger will be super useful. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. So let's see if we can. We cannot get to 15, unfortunately. But we can, let's say, play around the protection spells now that we have Quirion, because we can untap the secret door in case they find anything. Otherwise, we just block with the werewolf. I have no idea if they can somehow give. What is this thing? In case visions. Okay. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I hope there is no way for them to give first trample. Okay. So basically, these will give us 2 turns because now we will stop them for blocking, and we can stop them for attacking, and we can start actually looking recent covers, looking for cards with the Beast Rider Vanguard that is more effective mana wise than completing the dungeon. Okay. So we have the win next turn. I didn't actually think about the possibility of drawing directly the fruit. We also get a Galvanic Alchemist. Do we need it? Yeah, why not? Okay, and we pass the turn. Okay, they have the thingy. They cannot attack and we just win. Okay, we managed to steal game 1. It would be nice sooner or later not to have to mulligan so much, but it's okay. So now oh, I think we keep doing in this way. It should be slightly more mana efficient, especially because it gives us each time cards. It will be nice sooner or later to find a good one, but it's okay. We definitely do not complain. Especially since I mentioned I would like to have Aquarium, and it immediately popped out. Okay, I take now the Tinder wall. We should be able to find a drift or a Shekel Sentinel or something, but seemingly not so easy. Okay, just a matter of time. One thing that it happened, I think I don't remember this player before that made me go through it. It is was that clicking fast or some like now there was some lag. Yeah, it was against them, and I they had the double galvanic blast targeting my axe beam that was going infinite. So I was just creating mana, but then there was this lag, and it it got killed. Luckily enough, I had the backup line ready. So now I need to be a little more careful doing these things because that was definitely scary. So now we have to do many activations. Let's see if we have 9. No, 11. Okay. So 11 means 3 untaps and 4 kill loops with the last one free, let's say. Oh, no, I'll have 10, so it's 5. It's 4 untaps and 5 activations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we restart. 4 untaps. And we get 40 mana and repeat. So this is one of the cases where both the importance of secret door for unusual situation, in this case uh, using the twisted covers, or however they call it, the one that impedes one creature to attack, and the relatively low cost of Beast Rider Vanguard were key. So we need 4. Yeah, I think we just do this. A little lazy. Now against them, to be honest, I'm not totally sure what we can play from the sideboard except the moments pieces. I'm not even sure if and which kind of interaction they play. They could have multiples. They could have standard bearers. They could have some form of removal like journey or trap and charm, or weird things like gut shots. We just go with moments piece, and what do we cut? We need to cut only one card. I think in this case we cut the Shield Sentinel. And yeah, we need to see if we see any sideboard card of them, or any card of them that might need the inclusion of a dedicated sideboard card. This version can be scary fast, as we saw before, because they had a turn to kill. Oh, for once we do not have to. Okay, we have a lot of defenders. We need one card. So next turn we are going to presumably Orochi, and then afterwards Hunting. Let's see if they have the. Okay, okay. Okay, we need to remember that it could be useful to have back the Shearwall Sentinel. Okay, we have 3 cards in hand. Okay, so we play the Orochi, we Sagu, and then we are going to hope we don't die. Did the thing get we yes, yes. Okay, so we are back in the same situation as before, but this time we die because they are doing. I mean, we can play the Shearwall Sentinel to block, but then afterwards, let's try it. I don't think we can win. Here we are actually getting tuck tuck. Okay, here we block. And we were not super lucky because now we are forced to tuck tuck, but then we cannot win. But we played it anyhow because we might draw a moment piece. We definitely need a moment piece. And we don't find it, so we die. Oh, I don't think they are very enchantment based, so I think we could bring in. Let's say we try something like this. We remove the Sagus entirely. We need to remove one additional card, which is going to be an Orochi. Not super happy about this configuration, but let's see if it works. I fear the Vandals might be a mistake. But we have seen they have, because usually against heroic you don't care too much about the enchantments, but they have 3 that are very impactful, which are Ethereal Armor, the Protection spell, the Mask or whatever it's called, and the Solid Footing. It's good that we are on the play. It's bad that we remove the 1.5 length, so we are very, very uh, land light, let's say. They're always taking a lot of time sideboarding. Maybe they're doing something else. Not sure what is happening. Okay, we want to play first. And of course, we have an unkeepable hand and another unkeepable. I don't know if opponent is there. They are also mulliganing. Okay, this one is slightly better. They're also mulliganing to 5, which is definitely better for us. Because I would say that in average we will work better from a mulligan than they do. I'm not totally sure, to be honest, but I hope this is the case. Once upon a time, okay, this is very good. The key creature in this matchup was actually the provoke guy. Let's see, okay. That if they were on the play and playing provoke turn 1, it was possibly the only way they could beat us. So this is not too bad. We move to lands, and they seem not to have a second land. Let's see if they attack. They attack anyhow. They could have. We cannot block because they could have the gut shot or the mutagenic growth, and I cannot really risk it. I actually misplayed, but we are going to untap Equirion in case we can block, or we have to block. Them having only one land is very, very good for us. Okay, we are getting a little too many lands, but it's okay. We also have a lot of Quirions. Now this lead is very important. So we are going to play both. Because next turn we can go for the ripping line. block with one query just in case. And now it should be okay. We don't even need the actual repeat line. I think we just go for it. But we play. Okay, they could have macabre. But in any case, if they have macabre, we are dead. So we are dead. We cannot use the repeat line. So we go Galvanic Alchemist. And now let's see if they have macabre. It seems they don't. No. Yeah. Okay. So we win. We were very lucky. Or actually, well, we got a reasonable hand, considering we mulligan to 5 on the play. Yeah. But they did have a very bad hand. So we are most likely going to be 2-0. It will take a little clicking through these, so I will just stop talking, and so that I can possibly accelerate later on the video. I'm going actually to untap twice here, so that we can start single activations. Match 3 on the draw against AchoElOjcah, or something like that. They're mulliganing while we have a reasonable hand, actually quite a good one. Hoping they are not on red. Black. Okay. Okay. Mono black sack can be complicated. So we can start getting a lot of damage pretty fast. Let's see if they put all 4. I think so. So we take 5. No, only 3. Okay. Which is not bad, to be honest. Here we go. No, I misclicked. Okay. So we go Winding Way. Okay. We lost the Freed, which is one of MTGO rules. So when you Winding Way turn 2, you almost always lose the Freed. Here we are. Not blocking for 1 turn, but then we will have to block very soon. I hope you didn't hear me sneeze. Are we dead? Probably not. But this is 5-5. Okay, I don't understand exactly why they are not pumping so much. But I don't complain. Okay, so here we are for sure going to block the big one next turn. Let's see if they kill our untapped Querio. They do. So they have no cards in hand, now they have two. One. And so zero. Okay, we are forced to block. I apologize, but I'm really having issues with the cuff. So here, yeah, I think we first go. I apologize. I'm dying. Hopefully, I'm not really dying, but I don't know exactly. Okay. So the good news is that we almost have the kill for next turn. The bad news is we need to do something because we are going to lose two creatures. So here we are forced to block both of the big guys, and we need to hope to draw something. So we go to 5 and we have infinite mana. Please deck. Not really what we wanted. I think, yeah, we are forced to go for the infinite mana. Ah, no, we cannot because we don't have the freed. This was a big mistake, so we lose. Yeah, we lose because we had Mulligan being the freed. If we had the freed, we would have had infinite mana, play an end, gain 3 life, and we could even tried not to block one. What was the next card? No, of course, we were not going to win anyhow. Okay, against them, we need the life gain and fogs. We don't know exactly how many removal they play. So for the moment we play just like this. We are going to trim few cards. Probably we just stream all the almost all the Shimon Sentinels and one Orochi. We could trim all of the Shield Sentinel to the Orochi just as an additional green mana symbol for Nylia, but I don't think it's worth. That was an unfortunate game 1. I think, by the way, opponent didn't play probably correctly the thing. We should have been dead earlier, but I'm not really an expert. So now we mulligan, and we have a good hand. So we keep, opponent is keeping 7. We really need to hope they do not have the Marauder, how it's called, the guy that makes us suck. Turn 2. Because we really need I think we play it safe. That's okay with Acre, a few damage. Let's see how many. Could be up to 4. Or even more if they have the stamina. So, yeah, they want to keep it to draw cards. Another carrion feeder is fine. So here we are going Axebane, and we are not going to block. If they kill us, they kill us. We are probably taking 5 or something like that. Yep. Okay. So now we start doing things. We have 3, 4. I think for the moment we stay really cautious. We go back to 18. We will have to block each turn the vampire. If they do not attack with the vampire, which is a big mistake. Okay, they do attack with the vampire. So here we are actually forcing them to sack multiple creatures if they want to remove both of ours. They need 2. For the vampire and 2 for the carrion feeder, so I don't think they are going to actually they could let this guy die and suck a couple on the carrion feeder, but then we take only 4 damages. If they want to make this die, they are not going to kill our Saruli. If they want to make the vampire survive, they are just going to suck everything, but they do only 3 damage to us. They probably are now going to suck the vampire, yep. which is not a bad change for us. Okay, so here we have multiple card draw spells. We start mana efficiency. Okay. This is good, but it's not enough for the kill. So we lead also. Okay, and now let's see if we are going to play this and tack tack. Okay. So we can block both of their big creatures with expendable ones, and we have the king next door. What did we? Okay, we lost nothing. Okay, so that's the Shambler. 3 more. Here we are going to block forever. They're both 3/3, right? Yeah. They concede. Okay. And possibly we are surviving to the calf as well. I don't know what happened. There is some sun close to my eyes on the side of the screen, and it started making me sneeze and then coughing like hell. So we are not going to change anything here. Tamillos is not bad, to be honest. Let's put also a Tamillo. Or a couple of Tamillos. We need to be more reactive now, because it allows us to block. We still have 39 creatures. And we mulligan once again. They are keeping 7. This one we keep, but it's extremely sketchy. We need to be lucky. Maybe this was a mistake, because it's not super good. Okay. So at least we are sure to have most likely the turn through. We haven't seen a single stamina yet. In any case, we are going to block. They are thinking. Ah, okay, this is actually bad for us. The only good news is that they are slow and they have no big creature. Okay, so here we cycle the ant. We play another Saruli and we play the Orochi. Because in this way they cannot attack with the Mesmeric Fiend. We take one, no problem. And now the problems are starting. This is terrible. I think we are conceding this one. We cannot do anything. Not even reaping to get the land. Annoying loss. Mostly game one was the problem. Let's see what we were drawing. We will not see it. Match 4 on the play against Zakbra or Bru, I think. We have a okay hand. Not really exalting, but on the draw against the unknown, we can probably keep it. And always these are not good news. This deck is by far the most represented deck in the leagues. It's incredible how many are present. For the moment, I've done around probably 5 leagues, possibly, and I've seen at least 5, maybe 6, meaning they have at least 20% of the actual meta in leagues, assuming it's MonoRed Madness. Then, of course, I saw also Rally, and it is most likely Madness. Let's see if, okay, we are going to get a land, and actually we are going to block. This is a desperate matchup. We have a very bad hand. We need to be lucky. Okay, Whining away. Please give me something. Okay, not too bad. We kind of have the kill in a couple of turns. We might be dead anyhow. So here we are forced to go. Axe Beam. Actually, I could. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. We go Outwing and Orochi. I don't know what they are thinking about, but this might mean they have the Fire Blast, which we need then to force out of the hand, assuming our Axeman will untap, which is quite a strong assumption. We play our Orochi, and we hope they do not have also Lava Dart. Grab the prize, discarding Epicure, it's okay. Noticing is very good. Discarding. Oh, and they do have the 5 plus 1. It's fine because they don't seem to have lands. If they attack, we are obviously going to block. Okay. So here we go. Overrun. into secret door, and we pass the turn. So now we win if they don't draw a land. They do draw a land, so they might have another Fire Blast or anything against our Orochi. They seem to have some form of card draw. Okay, they plot. They might indeed have the other Fire Blast, which we anyhow have to make them use. We are still already 11, by the way. Not sure what they are exactly doing. Maybe they. Okay. They could also be just lacking. Let's see if they go aggressive with the other Fire Blast. In any case, we are going to have another Overgrown in that case. They are thinking about it, seemingly, or they are doing something else, or okay, this is good because this now mean let's do it in the other way. Now we want the drift. Now, if they have the Fire Blast, it's the moment. They do have it as expected. So we tap our guy, we retap it, we let it die, we play our land, and we get back all our creatures. Except the Queer Ninja. Okay. So now they can or sack the guy or discard. They obviously discard. They are getting the Sneaky Snacker. We need one turn without them back. One or two turns without them finding the lands. Okay. So next turn we might be dead. So we have 7 mana in total. This should be 8. We might still be dead because we can gain the life, but this is the best we could do. We found the land, which is very... Oh. So now we are dead to any bolt. We were dead already to a single lava dart, but you see, this deck is ridiculous. So we might not die. This is unexpected, but it could be the case. Unless they have another fire blast. And we win. Amazing. This is, I would say, not a normal game. I mean, considering what we forced them to do, it's not reasonable that we were one spell from the kill anyhow. Anyhow. Now we try out new sideboard, meaning we just bring in the Tamillos. And we trim one Shield Sentinel and one anyway. This is not bad. We can risk it on the draw. We need to be lucky against this deck, so we have all the mana in the deck, so okay. This is very positive. Okay, even better. Here we are going to play Overgrown. It's a little risky. Playing Wall Roots and cycling the Sagu would have been better because then we would have played the this with the protection. Now they are going to kill it probably. Let's see if they go to face. They go to face, which is good news. And they discarded a Fire Blast. Okay, so here we can do a lot of things. I think we are... Yeah, just with this. We have 2 extra life for the moment. But the important thing is that they have no fingers out. Okay, they had no fingers out. Okay, so here we are going to actually starting a minor life gain / beatdown plan. We are one Orochi away from the win, in theory. They bolt us, it's fine. We really want... I don't know if we can survive, depends on what they have. But we have the 2 extra life. We go to 10. We are probably needing to use the life. Okay, not bad. We do have the Orochi. So now we try to win. Okay. Okay, so these are 6, we go to 4. If they also have the Fire Blast, we are dead. So we cannot do anything about it. Let's see. Read. We try to play the Freed. Wait, can we do? We have no, we cannot. We just try to play the Freed. Let's see if we can manage. And they did have the Fire Blast. We almost got there. This would have been way better to have the Hydroblasts instead of the Tamillo. In all the leagues where I had the Hydroblast, I almost always had the Hydroblast in hand, but never the mana to cast them. Do we want to bring in the Dispels? Oh, let's try. We trim again 1 and 1. In any case, the solution to MonoRed Madness is clear to me. It's not clear if it has to be applied, because the problem is that it's over present in the metagame. It's so annoying to play against, and it's over 20% of the actual metagame, so close to it as it seems. But the solution is to just remove the free spells. We have a not bad hand, but that doesn't do anything. So we manage. Okay, this is better. Because Gutter Snipe is not the problem, even though it exacerbates the problem. Because in the end they have multiple pingers if they want. The card draw is too much, impossible to regulate right now. So the only thing is to try to stop them through the free spells. Because with any pinger, Lava Dart is kind of better than Fire Blast. If the pinger is Gutter Snipe, it is better than Fire Blast. And that's the way they win, basically. The free spells are too easy. If they didn't have the card draw, it wouldn't be such the case, but since they draw so many cards, we have not much left. Let's see how many creatures we get. A couple. We lost double land. and here it is. So now we are going to die very, very fast if we cannot do anything, and we cannot do anything even if we were on the play. We really need to hope they don't want to kill the Quirion, or they do not have the spell, the Madness Lightning Bolt, to try to kill the Overgrown. Basically, we need to hope they are kind of unlucky. The problem is that, oh my god, the problem for me is that they are not winning so much to actually needing anything to be done. I enormously dislike the playstyle, but it is what it is. And yes, we are losing the battlement. So this game is most likely gone. Let's see what we draw. A very useless dispel. So for the moment, I think we try the lead. Okay. This was a good lead, but I don't think we will have the time to do anything. Next turn we might have Axebane and protection for it. We cannot actually. Okay. I think we cannot afford to do much here, except playing the leaf color. Now, if we don't die, we might win. We have double protection for the Axebane. They have double pingers, but they have not a huge amount of cards in hand. Let's see if they suck or they discard. They discard. Let's see if it's Fiery Temper. It is. Let's hope it doesn't go to face. Yep. So now we what are we doing? We Tamio the guy. Yeah, I think it's the same. This spell might be more useful if they might have to have the land plus Pyro. Let's try. Okay. They do have the land. They attack. We block one. Okay, we might win thanks to the sideboard. This is absolutely wild. If real, we have only basically one shot. Okay, They do not have anything. This sideboard kind of worked. I cannot believe it. Clearly complaining a lot is the key. I want to gain some life, but I don't think they can do anything. So we actually won against MonoRed Madness, sideboarding only the spells. And actually they were all fought games. The question between Dispel versus Hydro is still there, but it kind of worked. Of course, we needed and we had some luck. So we are 3-1. Let's see if we can get the usual 4-1. Match 5 against Cryomancer. That is usually playing. Who is usually playing? Mono Black Sack. That is not a super nice matchup as we have seen before. And I think they are definitely more experienced with the deck. So the 4-1 is not so easy. I will stop the recording at 24 minutes of their time in case, and then restart when they get in. And we are back, and we can start with a mulligan. Okay, this end is skippable, even though not very good. Let's see if we are against Mono Black Sack, and of course we are. So we start cycling. I doubt we can do much this time. Okay, they immediately have a lot of all these things. Depends on what kind of removal they have. What we don't want to see now is the guys that when he suck is -1/-1, even though most likely they have at least one or two additional creatures. Yeah, so we cannot proficiently block, and this means we are most likely dead. I think we start making them do possibly less efficient choices. We have a lot of mana, so we don't strictly need the Quirion. But yeah, I don't think we can do much. They have had the perfect start, and we drew only mana. Yeah, I think we concede this game. This is going to be fast. It's really a pity that we get this deck, which can be manageable with an appropriate sideboard, but we don't have the appropriate sideboard. So basically we get a sort of very complicated deck to deal with. Which is annoying. We were able to beat MonoRed Madness, and then we lose twice from Mono Black Sack. It will be not so terrible not to have to mulligan almost all the ends or getting some functioning end. No, we cannot apparently have reasonably functioning hands. Okay. So in this case, we have the protection from the sack guy. Okay, I don't know this version what they do, but I don't think we are going to be alive very long. This surveil, they kept it there, right? Yeah. So here we are actually going to put in play many defenders. We could, in theory, have a lucky turn 3 kill. We are not going to block this turn. If we get a very good cannot say a very good win anyway, or well, we need to find AchoElOjcah in another card, which is not necessarily impossible, even though not super likely. Okay, so yeah. Let's first try the winding way, and then we decide what to do. This was a reasonably good one. They seem not to have snuff out. Here we are going to block the vampire. As expected, they had the Axbane is good. Unfortunately, we cannot get the other one. I mean, Spinning Darkness in Mono Black Sack. It's not super common, but it's okay because now we technically have the kill. We are going bottom. To create a blocker. So we should be okay for another turn. Okay. Now the complicated part. They did have the Accursed Marauder. They have probably Spinning Darkness, a few. Now they had the On Lens and the Rite of Consumption. Spinning Darkness, a few Tragic Sleeps, and or a couple of Snuff Out. I would say plus the Marauders. The Marauders are going to be 3, so they might have up to 10-ish interaction card. Problem is now we are on the draw. Let's see if we can not mulligan. Okay, this is not bad. I would have preferred them not to have the turn one carry on feeder, but it's okay. Of course, we are drawing all very useful things. Let's see. Okay. Here we are actually going to get another land immediately so that we can cycle in case they want to kill our guy. We are going to block these. We do have the stamina. Let's see if they go for the -1, -1. So the good news is that we do not we have a reasonable life total and they have only 3 cards in hand. This is basically the end of the good news. Here we block? Yes, we do. They also have the tragic sleep or something similar. Not sure how they could kill it, but yeah, because when they sucked it. So now we try. So we can keep blocking. It would be nice to find some. We of course are blocking once again. Let's see if they have the third stamina. I think they can have a very big amount of things. So they probably have the rights because they thought about sucking. They did have also the stuff out. So now we are going to block everything. This is mildly annoying. Let's see what they do. Mhm. What do we take? Another, let's say Naxby. Here we block with this. I hope I didn't do a mistake here, but I don't think they can easily write off consumption as out. In any case, it would not have mattered. So here we block again. And we managed to win this time. So definitely complaining and whining is the way. This version was, I think, better than the previous one. We sideboard in the same way. The player was, I think it was just the randomness of the draws. Anyhow, we once again 4-1. And so I think I'm around 70% winning rate in about 5 leagues, even though I'm changing the list, so it's not too bad. Amazingly, we have played, I think, 5 times against MonoRed Madness and we won twice. So having something like 40% will be very good, but I think it's just a case. We lost one that can be lost depending on what the cards give. We mulliganed quite a lot. For the moment, everything seems fine. The problem is that I'm not super sure about the mistakes I made, which is suspicious because I always make a lot of mistakes, and not remembering clearly once, it means I need to focus a little more. Anyhow, thank you for watching once again, and let's keep preparing for Geddon. See you in the next video. Ciao!